welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another Transformers toy review. Today we're taking a look at another figure from the Legacy toy line, and this is Autobot Skids. This is from the first wave of Legacy figures out of the 3 deluxe figures that we've had so far. I've already reviewed and published the review for Dragstrip. Today we're taking a look at Skids, and then I'll finish up with Kickback as well to take a look at. So here he is straight out of the pack. This is what he looks like. You see by the side of him he's got 3 accessories. So he's got 2 cast in black plastic guns which are painted silver. Quite nice kind of line work on them. There's a few holes and things where they kind of combine and things like that, which we'll come to in a second. And then you get this kind of blue see-through axe thing. So this is one of the things that they're doing with the Legacy line, is they're doing a lot of see-through plastic kind of energon accessories that all kind of peg together. I'm not a huge fan of these. I would have probably preferred to see the blast effects carry on a bit further or add a few more into that. But I get the idea that all of these will obviously combine into one thing, but I get the feeling that there will be others that will combine into something else as well. In the instructions, it does show you a couple of different configurations for the guns and things. So you can, I mean, it looks like an axe here, doesn't it? But he actually holds it as a gun, so you can hold it in his hand like that as a weapon, and obviously these individually as well. The instructions show that you can combine them, so simply by plugging this underneath, you can have this as one gun which you can hold in his hand. The other option as well is to then plug in this thing as well. And then you've got a larger kind of souped up energon gun like that, so you can hold that in his hand like that. So lots of different options, and as I said, you can hold them individually. These are fairly similar to, I think, the guns that used to come with originally, the kind of G1 figure, and in terms of looks, that's pretty much what they're going with. It's a much darker blue that they've gone with, as opposed to the previous IDW version released with the Generations line, which was a much softer blue. I guess you would call it like a royal blue. And just as a bit of a comparison in terms of looks and size, here he is. So yeah, I mean the new Legacy version is probably a little bit taller. There's a very much a different look for the two of them, but you can kind of see that they're related. Looks wise, I think I prefer the Legacy one just because it's closer to the original toy. This is very much an IDW looking version, which is great at the time. I do have the repaint of this, which is the black Diaclone one. So this mold was done a few times, so I'm tempted to sell this one and keep the black one and the crosscut one, just so I've still got the mold, but you know, kind of reducing the collection slightly rather than have lots of the same figure. Anyway, so I'm going to take the guns out of his hand. He holds those just fine. You can see there's a few other places where you've got 5mm ports where you can also hold guns and the armor up, so you can put this on the back if you want to as well, or on the legs and things like that. So entirely up to you how you want to do it. Take a closer look at the figure. Pretty neat head sculpt. silver with blue eyes, and then the head kind of looks down and up a little bit, does swivel all the way around, and the arms can go all the way around really. They can kind of come out of their socket a little bit, but even if you don't, you can kind of rotate them all the way around. And again, the transformation is quite similar to the original rotation here. Bending the elbow that goes there, and the fists do also rotate around as well. You get kind of see-through translucent blue plastic for here, which has then been painted blue, red and silver, which is lovely. And then you get a nice Autobot symbol on the front here, and the grille is all painted as well. You get silver, yellow, black and red all in here. Lovely detailing. You do get waist articulation as well, so that's nice. And the legs, can he do the splits? Or just about, near enough I would say. And he can go all the way forward, and can go all the way back if you move this out of the way. So, and then you get a swivel here, like a mushroom peg that covers that, which is my preferred way of doing it. And then you get a nice deep bend in the knee that takes you back to there, and even moves forward a little bit. And then the feet, nothing forward, nothing back, but you do get a rocket that goes out to here. Actually, good point about the wheels is it comes like this, but actually they're supposed to be pushed in like that for robot mode. And then that is the view of the back. So he cleans up fairly well, I think. In terms of all the bits and pieces that you'd expect with him, as normal, you get your instruction manual. This one, I think it's a fairly straightforward transformation. You get a little picture of him in car mode. You can see there with the guns pegged either side, and the kind of energon thing on the top there, and some decent artwork of him as well in robot mode, with the top one being a close-up view of the bottom one. And you see there he's got the combined gun, and then on here it shows you robot mode, combined gun mode, 14 steps of transformation. It actually shows the gun pegged onto the back there on that one. And then just underneath here is where you've got the kind of QR code where you can go off and discover his tech spec and stats. So you've got that. Right, so you've got the figure here. Now we're going to get him transformed. It's relatively easy, I think. You want to flip out these like that. You want to pull these forward like so. And it's up to you kind of how you want to do it, but I would just peg these together at that point like so. The arms are going to sort of tuck in underneath, but for the moment I would straighten up the head, and you're going to kind of push this up and push this down at the same time, so that'll allow the head to go into that space there. And then you just want to bring that back. There are a couple of little slots either side here where that will peg in. There we go, like that. And then the wheels will come round, you rotate them round, and they just go into that gap there. And then you're going to pull these back, and you want to line it up this way. And you can see when you do that, it kind of fits in the kind of groove there. And they will peg into place. But I won't do that quite yet. So I'm just going to move that around like that. Take his arm around like so, into that space there. And then what's going to happen basically is this bit is going to kind of scrunch up, and it's going to come in underneath here. So this red piece is going to go underneath here. So you kind of might want to undo this slightly like that. So as long as that blue bit goes over that red bit, you should be then fine. So then you can kind of get in underneath and then peg in the hands. Peg in. Yeah, it's just a peg either side of that arm, yeah, like that. So it actually pegs almost at the top of the arm. And then as you bring this up, you should be able to peg this down into the feet. These bits then cover up most of the chest section in here, and then this bit here is going to peg into there, like that. Like that. And then you've got him in his car mode, very reminiscent of the original. Kind of rolls alright. The front wheels are a little bit stiffer, I found, because it's kind of like a fake wheel behind it. So you've got that. And the same thing, feedback I would say about the wheels is a lack of paint on these bits here, which would be really nice. On the back, unfortunately, there isn't much paint, so it would have been nice to see something in and around here, but not a deal breaker. They've got nice paint that goes throughout the stripes on either side. He's even got like a little sunroof here. Yeah, and all the other details come through. You can see bits in here. It's not too bad. And then you can do what you like with the weapons and stuff. Peg those on the back if you want. So you can do that. I'm not sure really this kind of goes with it, but you can put that with one of your other figures. I've got that one to the side of me, the Skids one, but I don't feel confident I'm getting them transformed super quick. So just as a bit of a size comparison, here is also drag strip. So that gives you an idea. So he is a little bit more squat, but he obviously is a little bit taller. So a pretty good bot. It's not like a musket or anything else like that. He's pretty cool. This Legacy line really, it's just pick and choose. Pick and choose. There's no. I find with other lines it's kind of like, yeah, I want to get the whole lot because it fits a certain theme. But with this, because it doesn't really fit in a particular theme, it is kind of hop, skip and jumping around different kind of continuities in terms of figures from G1, stuff from Transformers Prime. I think we're going to get stuff from Armada and things like that. Beast Wars is kind of jumping around, so I think it's just a case of, you know, if you like this figure, go out and get it. There's nothing wrong with it quality wise. It's just whether or not you relate to the figure. You may not want to get it if you've got the other Skids. Again, it's just a aesthetic thing as to which one you prefer. I kind of think I prefer this one at the moment. The vehicle mode is kind of dorky, but then that's what it used to look like. So what can you do? Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have been, that is, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.